welcome back to the channel. Today we are staying at the Bellagio. Now we did book this room completely on Marriott points, but we're staying, I believe, in like their standard king room, and we do have a pool view, so let's go take a look around. Here we are in the entryway. It is a very nice entryway, and one thing that I'm gonna probably say 100 times in this video is the fact that this room is one of the best lit rooms that I have stayed in. Now we do have some overhead lights in the hallway, which is very nice. We do have like this tile marbled floor, which does give it just a little bit an extra oomph of opulence to the Bellagio. And then over here to my right, we do have our full-size mirror, which is always nice when you're trying to check and make sure you look good before you head out on the strip. And then back here to my left, we have a nice deep closet, which we were able to put both our suitcases in. It does have a ironing board, an iron. We do have two of the Bellagio robes, which honestly, some of the best robes I've put on. They're so comfortable and so cozy. And like I mentioned, we have plenty of space. They did give us little slippers, and your safe is also going to be located in this closet. There was a luggage rack, but I kind of moved it over there. So this is where you're going to find all of the goodies. Plenty of hangers for you to hang up what you need. And then I believe there's also a tray up here in case you're ordering room service and you want to eat on your bed. You can kind of put the food on the tray so it's not sitting directly on your bed unless you do the table service like we did last night. So next up, we're going to go check out the bathroom. So here we are in the bathroom. This bathroom is quite spacious compared to a lot of the spaces that we've stayed in. I do love the fact that we do have double sinks. We have a magnified mirror. We have two mirrors over the sink that are illuminated. Overhead lighting here. Overhead lighting, like there's extra recess lighting, and then we also have lighting in the shower, which, as you guys know, is huge for us. How many hotels have we stayed in where it felt like the shower was just dark compared to the rest of the room? There's also plenty of space for us to put all of our toiletries because, as you guys know, we're on the road so much that we just travel with like full-size bottles of our toiletries. And every day housekeeping has come and like refreshed our towels, which has been fantastic. Plenty of storage space in here. There's no drawer space, but as you can see, I've put my makeup bag down here, my Dyson bag down here, and then plenty of counter space for us to spread out. Back over here in this corner is the toilet corner. Now, in some rooms, they do put this behind a partition door, so you're not going to get that in the standard room. But honestly, I felt like this room was really spacious, even with the toilet kind of being tucked back in this corner. The shower pressure actually has been quite great. I will say, I feel that if the shower had been one of those overhead rainfall showers, it would have taken this room up to the next notch. But to get that here, you're going to have to upgrade to a suite. So maybe next time we'll check out a suite. Next up, we're going to go take a look at the bedroom space. One thing I did forget to mention was the fact that we do have Bellagio branded hand wash, hand soap, and body lotion as well. It's kind of got more of like a citrusy scent to it. It's very unisex. There's also shampoo, conditioner, and body wash in the shower that's also Bellagio trademarked, I guess you could say. What actual brand it is, I'm not quite sure, but it smells absolutely amazing. Well, this is the bedroom side of the room. It is a king size bed, and I have to say, next to the Peabody, this has been one of the most comfortable bed sleeping arrangements I've had. The bed was extremely comfortable. The pillows were fantastic, which is hard to come by sometimes when you're staying in Las Vegas on the strip hotel. So far the Bellagio has just exceeded our expectations. Now, on both sides, you do have matching side tables, you do have matching sconces. You are able to control both your sconce and the overhead reading light from each side of the bed. On the other side of the bed, I will show you when we get to that, there's a little special feature that you have on the left side of the bed that you don't necessarily have on the right. Over here to the left side, we have the little mini bar situation, and if you're one of those people who likes to pay exorbitant prices for mini bar, by all means go right for it. Over here you're gonna have some snacks. It is weighted, so they're gonna know if you even just pick it up to look at it. Legit tip. In here you're gonna find the fridge with the mini bar, and again, it's all very weighted, so if you're looking for a late night treat and you don't want to walk down to the store, you can find shooters, you can find full bottles. This is going to cost you guys though, because when I looked at room service, a bottle was somewhere like starting price right around $100. Back in here, you also have soda cans. If you're that thirsty, you've also got some waters and some beers. We do have a bottle of wine and a bottle of Hennessy. Now, they do say this is your personal shelf. However, I would caution against it because this fridge is very much weighed. They know when you pick something up and put it back down. Just don't even bother with that. We actually, because of ADA law, and I'm a type 1 and I have medication, you can call down to the front desk, let them know that you have a need for a fridge for medication, and they will give that to you, so that way you don't have to worry about messing with the mini bar, and you don't have to worry about being charged for that. We did throw some chicken tenders in there that came from the other day. But outside of that, it is keeping my medication nice and safe. So just a legit tip, if you are somebody who travels with medication, just know you can actually request that at any hotel in the United States. It doesn't just have to be in Las Vegas. If you're in a room that doesn't have a fridge and you're gonna be there for an extended period of time, don't ever feel afraid to call the front desk to ask them what options you have to store your medication. Over here to our right, we have the work table desk. So it's not really like a full desk, but it is essentially where you're gonna be working if you're gonna use a desk base to work. There is a nice overhead light. We do have some sconces that are like, or not sconces, we have some recessed lights that are kind of held up, and we do get great lighting from the strip when we open the curtains. And I have to say our view is not bad, which we'll get to shortly. Back over here, this is kind of more like the hangout space, and as you guys can see, we've kind of made it our own personal dresser because there's not a whole lot of drawer space, and I don't necessarily like to put my stuff away in the drawers anymore. It's just kind of personal preference. So we use the couch so we can kind of see where everything is. They do have a luggage rack if you want to just kind of live out of your luggage, but because we have 2 large suitcases and there was only 1 luggage rack, we opted for the couch. There is a table here underneath some of this stuff, so you can still sit here. There is a really nice light, and that is one thing like I said, you're gonna hear me mention. There is so much lighting in this room that it is fantastic. And then coming back over here, back to my side table, you can control the drapes from right here by the bed in case you decide to go to sleep with the windows open like we do, so we can look at the lights. You can also still control them back by the doorway, which I'll show you in just a second. But it's really nice that you're able to control your lights right by your bed on both sides, and then this side of the bed has the option to control the drapes. So that was actually really nice. And last thing but not least is the TV. The TV is honestly, probably like a 60-inch maybe. It's decently sized for the room. We were able to hook our Roku up to it because we travel a lot. We travel with the Roku. You can't always do that at every location, but we were able to do it at this location, so we did really enjoy that. And overall, that is the room itself. Next up, we're gonna go take a tour around the Bellagio and just kind of show you some of the things that you may not be able to see as just a guest walking and just kind of walking around. Here is our view. We did end up with a pool view, and yes, part of it is a parking lot and the rooftops of the Bellagio, but overall, this is a genuine pool view. We do have an interesting view of the 215 out here, And as you guys can see, it's actually shut down going northbound because of construction this weekend, which we talked about in another video. It's so strange. But overall, this view is not bad. We have a straight-up view of the Cosmopolitan. We have a straight-up view of the Aria. The Vdara is kind of tucked a little bit back there. You can also still see the MGM kind of squinched between the Cosmo and the Aria. It's actually a really nice view if you take away from the parking lot. And at nighttime, you can see down into the conservatory because the lights are on, and that domed building down there is the actual conservatory.
Make a left when you're at the conservancy, and then you can see the spa and salon, and the spa and gym are on the second level. So we're in the second elevator to try to get there. What'd you say?
I said, and you have this view of the gardens up here that you can't get to unless you're a guest.
Yeah, it's really cool. She said it's really cool, y'all. There's the gardens. Let's walk over here so we can get a up top view. If you want to see our full review of this year's, well, the Selections Gardens, definitely check down the show notes. That's pretty cool. And then back here is the gym. Heading into the fitness center. All right, there's the whole gym. It's pretty massive. They got machines. They got some treadmills over there in the corner. We'll go take a little quicker look, a little closer look as we walk around. Wow, pretty good collection of stuff. This is fascinating. They even have a recovery room, which has like the massagers, the leg things. I have these at home. Massage chair. That's pretty cool. It's right next to all the Pelotons and stuff. And they got a bunch of Pelotons and recumbent bikes. And you get a nice view of the pool from here. Not too bad. Got a pretty good selection of weights and machines too. I mean, this place is pretty big, y'all. Not bad for a gym. All these places. And we'll turn around. And there's more workout spaces over there. So that's what we got. One last look as we leave, because we're heading out. There's cold towels. And yeah, as Nancy just said, there's the recovery boots, the area that we just looked at. And there's a fitness schedule. This week's wellness classes, so you can get an idea of what they offer. Crystal sound healing for Nancy, apparently, is what she's interested in. Price varies. Made it to the pool, yeah. That's kind of what it looks like. We showed you from our room what this whole area looks like, but this is kind of the vibe. We wanted to bring you down here so you can kind of get the vibe. What you think?
I like it. It's very chill, very quiet. Like, it's not like
Not like some of the other pools where it's a lot of noise. Yeah, other than the chopper, obviously.
Chopper just came overhead. That can't be predicted, but it's very chill and very quiet out here.
Giving you a little peek at the hotel. There's the pool. That's what they look like. Pretty cool. Pretty chill. Nice. We're just kind of in that middle area, just kind of looking at everything. The arches are pretty neat over there.
Yeah, I love like the garden space. It's like pulled into the pool too. It's really cool. And it looks like they have a few other bars like sprinkled around, and then obviously they have cabanas that you can rent. So who knows, maybe the next time we come out here we'll get a cabana.
Yeah? Got the archways between all the pools. It's pretty cool.
This is the extra, like you can pay extra to go to a more exclusive pool.
Mm-hmm. Another shot just kind of taking in all of the Bellagio. We're somewhere out there. And there's the cool little thing here. Very nice. Well, that includes our amazing stay at the Bellagio. What'd you think, Nacy?
Honestly, this is hands down the best casino experience I've had down here. I had kind of lost faith that I was going to find anything that really met what I think my expectations should be to the price point that I'm paying. And so far, the Bellagio, hands down, has been great between the food, the service, the room quality. Just, I cannot recommend this place enough.
Yeah, the bed's comfortable. My only complaints about the room is the water pressure in the shower could be a little bit more. That's probably my biggest complaint, but honestly, love it. Love the room. It's spacious. The couch gives you a nice, comfortable place to sit. The table gave us enough working space to edit some videos and stuff. Again, the bed's really comfortable, so the sleep was really nice. The blackout curtains work really well. As for the casino, it's a little less busy at the Bellagio, but it's also higher end, so you got a bunch of nice restaurants to eat at. All of them so far have been amazing. Michael Mina was a great experience. If you want to see us eat at the garden table, check it out in the show notes. We did that too.
We went back to Lago for lunch today.
We also ordered some room service a couple times, and honestly, everything there was good, except for the steak was overcooked. But everything else we had on there was amazing too. I mean, really, really good experience, especially for Vegas. I feel like they're actually standing up to the standard of Vegas that you expect, especially back in the 90s and earlier Vegas-wise.
And we're in just kind of like your standard room. Like, we're not in anything special. That was what the point equivalent gave us. And I have to say, like, staying in just the basic room is 10 times above some of the suites that we've stayed at other casinos.
Yeah, I mean, check down at the MGM Grand where we stayed in that mildew room. I mean, we've stayed at some stinkers. This one and the Strat with the drug-released room that we stayed in. This one's been amazing. Bellagio, definitely, hands down. We're going to check it out. Our friend did recommend the Wynn as a other option, which we might check out when we come back. Let us know in the show notes if you think we should stay there. But we love this Bellagio stay.
Yeah, so if you guys like this kind of content, make sure you give it a thumbs up.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button.
And ring that notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
And we'll come and get you all for the next one.
Ain't that the truth, Baby Ruth?
Bye, everybody.
Bye. We just wanted to take a moment to thank you guys for watching this video. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, would you please consider hitting that subscribe button, as it helps us reach a wider audience and helps our channel grow even further. To those of you who are already subscribed to the channel, we just wanted to say a huge thank you for always being there and supporting our channel. We cannot wait to take you guys on our next adventure, so we'll see you guys in the next one.